Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our September Sweetness of Aging seminar series. This is our final series when we have started in March, so thank you to everyone who is here participating with us. This evening's theme is Senior Living Options Outside the Home, and we have 6 dynamic speakers from different businesses that are in this area this evening speaking to us and letting us know a little bit more about what they do and how specifically they are different from one another and all that they have to offer for our community as well as other local communities, because I know people that are coming to these places are not just from Meadville per se, they are from various places. So we are looking to enlighten everyone on all of the places we have here to offer in our area. The first speaker that we will have will be Candace Schaefer from Aristocare at Park Avenue. And Candace is the Care Transitions Navigator for Aristocare at Park Avenue. She's a licensed practical nurse and has been working in long-term care for almost 10 years and has experience in several different areas of long-term care. Candace has been employed at Park Avenue for over 3 years and has recently started a new role as the Care Transition Navigator. Welcome, Candace.
Good evening. My name is Candace Schaefer, and I am the Care Transitions Navigator for Aristocare at Park Avenue, located on Park Avenue Extension here in Meadville. Aristocare at Park Avenue is a 173-bed skilled nursing and rehab facility that provides a multitude of services, from providing therapy for an orthopedic surgery to managing very complex diseases and conditions. We focus on providing excellent resident-centered care to return individuals to home as soon as we can. Sometimes returning to home is not an option and long-term care is needed. We work very closely with each resident, family member, or responsible party to create a plan of care that is individualized and focuses on what the resident's needs, wants, and goals are. We offer daily activities, outings, and on-site beautician, chaplain services, and many more things that are very, very important to our residents. My role as the Care Transitions Navigator is to help maintain a smooth transition to and from the nursing facility. We receive referrals from many different sources: hospitals, other skilled nursing facilities, home care agencies, family members, family physicians, and maybe the individual themselves will call us and see what we can do to help them. When we receive a referral, I will review all of the information, and then I will schedule an on-site assessment with them. I will meet with the individual and maybe their other caregivers and review all of the information that they've provided to me, and then also make sure that we can safely care for them, provide the equipment and supplies that they need, and also assess to make sure this is going to be a short-term stay or a long-term stay. If it's a complex situation, I will contact our medical director or our director of nursing for further evaluation. I'm also there to explain the admission process and to answer any questions to maybe alleviate any of their discomfort or concerns at that time. During this initial assessment period, our admissions director works behind the scenes verifying insurance coverage and financial information. Once we verify the insurance and my assessment is complete, our admissions director or myself will coordinate the admission with the referring source. At this time, we also call family members, power of attorney, or anybody else that's responsible for that individual to make sure that they know they are coming to our facility and there's no surprises. We work 24/7 covering admissions and reviewing our referrals, so the turnaround time process for this is usually very, very quick. Upon arrival to the facility, the rest of the admission process moves even faster. Nursing will perform their initial assessments, followed by therapy and the other departments. The admissions director and myself will follow up with each new admission on a consistent basis. This is usually daily and maybe even 1 to 2 times a day, to make sure that goals are being met and just to make sure everything is going smoothly for that individual. Within 72 hours of admission, our social services, nursing, and therapy departments will meet with the resident to start to prepare a plan for them to return home. A goal is set for a discharge date, and the entire care team works very hard to get the resident home by that expected date. Now, at this time, we'll also work with other home health agencies and decide what equipment might be needed at home, and we'll get all of that ready so that when that resident is ready to return home, all of it's there. They're not waiting on anything. And depending on the situation, this is where we may also discuss a long-term plan for this individual if they're not able to return home. By the time of discharge, our social services department ensures that each resident has a primary health care physician in the community, and we make sure they have a scheduled follow-up appointment because that's very, very important for the resident to be maintaining their health and following up with their doctor. And we don't stop there. We also will call them within 48 hours to make sure all of the home health equipment is there, the home health agency's been there to visit. If there's any problems, we'll try to resolve them at that point. And then we follow that individual for the next 30 days. So these are just a few of the little things that we do that someone or or care about could experience the Aristocare difference.
Hello, my name is Marja Webster, and I'm the administrator at Crawford County Care Center. And I'd like to introduce our new our Director of Business Development, Ryan Payton. Ryan has actually been working at the Care Center for over 7 years, and he is committed to the residents of the center and continues to grow as he started in many different roles prior to this. He definitely has years of experience and is able to reach out to those that we are wanting to serve in Crawford County. So things that we have at Crawford County, changes that we've made, there's been several things. I'm a new administrator there. I've been there for over 15 months, and we've seen a lot of changes, but we are growing each day, and we are providing services to many new residents. One of the biggest things that we are focusing on is we have a 157-bed facility. However, 52 of those beds are a specialty unit that is a dementia unit where it is secured, so the residents are able to freely go without the worry or concern that they will wander outside. We have transitioned to allow those residents to and the staff to be trained specifically on dementia, as well as knowing the activities that those individuals are able to actually understand and comprehend. Because as dementia goes on, we are finding that each one is at a different stage of life. So the residents are receiving 15-minute intervals of activities. So there's always a constant change, but throughout the day, it's the same people, the same staff that are working with them. There's not that change where we're having staff coming from another hallway to go to this unit. These are the same staff throughout the day. The other thing we have made changes on is we have started with a new therapy company. It's called Absolute Therapy, where they are providing occupational, physical therapy. We do several modalities, which could be, I won't be able to remember any of them, but they'll be able to do different modalities from, we do massage therapy, as well as we do send out for aromatherapies as well, but they have the other standard modalities, and I apologize, I won't be able to remember much of them. Another thing that we do have is a partnership with Life Northwest Pennsylvania, where residents who are in Meadville are able to come if the need is that they would need 24-hour care. They would be able to come to our facility to receive that specialized respite from them. We also are starting a partnership with Optum United Healthcare, where it does focus on the dually eligible residents that have Medicare as well as Medicaid, but it allows the residents to stay in their home and be able to receive a nurse practitioner at bedside to be able to recognize that change in condition, and then they would be able to skill them right there without disrupting that resident. So Crawford County continues to be a longstanding tradition and commitment to our local community and surrounding communities by providing an array of advanced medical and healthcare services to individuals in need of short-term recovery support, long-term care, or for those individuals with memory impairment. We provide resident-centered care and lifestyle support. And for many members of our community caring for loved ones at home, we offer respite stay options for loved ones while they get the rest and support that they may need. With the support and the commitment of the commissioners, our staff, residents and families, we are working together to embrace culture change by creating more choices and opportunities for seniors in our community. Our true spirit has transformed from historic institutional care to building excitement and satisfaction in knowing that we're creating new experiences. Our core at the care center drives with caring and compassion, commitment, and community. And at Crawford County Care Center, we are honored to work hand in hand with our residents, their families, caregivers, and partnering healthcare professionals to work together to deliver a positive guest stay experience and quality of life. We fill the day with engaging activities to give back moments of joy and happiness to not only our residents and their loved ones, but for those who care for our seniors. We measure health and guest satisfaction in smiles, and our latest smiles, news, and tips we've been posting on Facebook, so make sure you like us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I like to hear that Marjo mentioned working with other facilities in town. So it's very nice to know that not only chamber members, but other community member businesses that deal in the same field are working together. So for the positive outlook for the community members. Our next speaker, I'm pleased to introduce, is Leanne Peterson. She's the Director of Business Development for Guardian Elder Care. She works with local hospitals as well as home health and hospice agencies to aid in the transition to the skilled nursing setting, whether it be for short-term rehab or long-term care. Her favorite part of the job is meeting families and being able to offer solutions. Welcome, Leanne.
Thank you. Well, again, I'm Leanne Peterson, Director of Business Development for Guardian Elder Care. Locally, that's Titusville Healthcare and Rehab Center. I kind of add in formerly Golden Living because that's still really kind of how we seem to be known in the community, not just here, but everywhere. Golden Living had 337 facilities across the United States. Our corporate office was in Texas. They really kind of did get too big, decided to sell off, and Guardian Elder Care is a family-owned company out of Brockway, PA, that is down by Du Bois. And they had 33 facilities, and they purchased 14 of the Goldens, which all 7 of the buildings that I represented were purchased. So we all made the transition to Guardian Elder Care, and I can say the dust is finally settling. The only real difference, all of the staff have really kind of stayed the same. Everybody inside the building is the same. The difference is the standard of quality that they have been holding us to. Instead of just knowing names at our corporate office in Texas with Golden, now it's not uncommon to see our owners walking around Titusville. You know, they are hands-on and making sure that the quality measures that they expect are being fulfilled. So that's just a little bit of background about the transition that we've made. And with that quality measure, the focus is therapy. So we do offer the short-term rehab, long-term care, and respite, of course. The therapy is really what the main focus is on with Guardian. They are continuing to improve monthly. Month over month, there has been new modalities that have been added to our list, and I'm not going to be able to, to name the list. I know recently it's been respiratory therapy, pulmonary therapy, and the list continues. In Oil City, we just got lymphedema therapy, which was very exciting. My territory is, we have 2 facilities in Erie, Warren, Titusville, Oil City, Clarion, and Shippenville. So those are the 7 facilities that I help represent. I work closely with Titusville Hospital, Meadville Medical Center, and St. Vincent currently. There are also other liaisons in the area working on the other hospitals. But for our little town of Titusville, it's a 77-bed facility, and we are a 4-star Medicare rating, which we are very proud of. For such a small town, we are really happy. We're the only skilled nursing facility in Titusville, and there's not too much of choice if you want to stay local. Everybody knows that location is everything when you're trying to choose a place for a family member. They want to stay close to their friends and family, but we really pride ourselves on being able to give the best care and best therapy to our local residents of Titusville. So that's it.
Thank you, Leanne. And our next speaker is Kim Langling. She recently joined the Juniper family as the Director of Community Relations. She's a lifelong resident of Crawford County and is very active within our community in a professional and volunteer capacity. I hear Kim on the radio. I've known her for years through her Veterans Affairs works that she's done, so it's nice to hear her being active in this capacity as well. She brings with her 20 plus years of sales, marketing, and outreach experience, which includes public speaking, writing, and be an advocate for our area veterans. As a veteran herself, she is able to provide guidance for area families to the services that they may need and has built strong relationships with area businesses, organizations, and civic groups to provide additional assistance if needed. Kim's passion is helping others and feels blessed to be a part of the Juniper family, which enables her to provide care and compassion during her workday. Please welcome Kim.
As she said, I'm Kim Langling, and I have to put my glasses on and read my very large font notes. Thanks for having me here. I appreciate it. As she mentioned, I am new to the Juniper family, but I'm actually very excited to be back into the healthcare arena. I had left it about 6 years ago and went in a whole nother direction. And as life happens, it just kind of comes full circle. So my passion is helping folks, especially veterans and seniors. So it's a really good fit for me, and I'm really actually very excited to be at Juniper. At Juniper, the mission is very simple. It's nurture the spirit of life in each individual that we touch so that they may live the life fully throughout all seasons of life. And we do this by encouraging active bodies, engaged minds, and fulfilled spirits. And I personally witness this every day. For the short time I've been there, my office is, when you come in the front door, I'm right there by the front office. So I see all the interaction with the folks, our residents who live there. And it's their home, so technically I'm their visitor. All of us that work there, we're their visitors 8 hours a day. We are entering their home, and we treat it as such with the honor and respect that it needs to be, given in. The residents themselves are very active during the day. They're very rarely in their rooms. I have fallen in love with all of them already. One of my favorite things about Juniper and the closeness that it is the longevity of the staff. They've been there for years and years. I think the least amount has maybe been 7 years. So the longevity of staff is crucial to these folks because they become a part of your family. We are a personal care home. We're not a skilled. home, but we are personal care. So it's that transition where they come, they can age in place with us, or if needed, we would refer to someone, more than likely within this room, as we've built relationships with all of the different area organizations and facilities and folks, and it's all community based. So it's nice to be able to all work together like that, because it's all for the common good of our seniors' lives. And at the end of the day, that's what matters, is if they're healthy and happy and being where they need to be. Working with the families at Juniper, I do, as Director of Community Relations, I do the initial interview, I guess you could call it, with the family members. We have call-ins or walk-in inquiries, or we schedule them up if folks, if we've got numerous ones coming in. And I sit and I get to know the families first. We don't just bring them in and say, here's what our building looks like, this is what we can do for you. We sit and I get to know the people, not only the resident, but the family members themselves, to see what their likes and dislikes are, what the history of that person is, to assure their loved ones that they're going to fit into our community, because we have such a varied background with our residents. And it's just each resident is a history book unto themselves, and you learn something new every day. And it's just an absolute pleasure to sit and talk with these folks, to meet the families, whether they choose Juniper or not. Myself and anybody else who's had the opportunity to come in contact with the families that come to speak with us, looking at us as an option, we've all been blessed in some small way, just by meeting someone new and knowing if they're not a good fit for Juniper, or if it just wasn't their personal choice, that we were able to guide them in a couple different directions so they could make the right choice for their loved one. One of the things that we do when a resident does come in to Juniper is, one of the first things we do is we have them fill out, or their family member fill out, it's called My Life Story. And they give us their background from when they were younger, where they grew up, to what they did upon retirement. And we're able to take all of that information that they give to us and put it into part of their care plan. And all of the staff then learns what that is. So that helps to make that transition so much easier for them, because it seems when they come in, we don't seem as if we're total strangers to them. And that's really big. You want them to feel welcome. And it's their home, So we do the best that we can to help them transition in as smoothly as possible. We do offer daycare services with a minimum of 4 hours at a time, and that's charged at an hourly rate. I have there's a bug flying right in my face. Oh, goodness. So it won't go away. We do offer, this is going to drive me crazy. Gosh, I'm not crazy. There is a bug up here in front of my face. Oh, goodness. We do offer daycare services 4 hours at a time. That is charged at an hourly rate. And we also offer respite services, and that is charged at a daily rate. Most folks, when they come in, sometimes they'll just come for short stays, respite stay, or they might stay for a respite stay as a trial run. And we have had residents that have become residents after a trial run, because they like the atmosphere and the comfort that Juniper can offer. And when you walk into Juniper, you have a home-like atmosphere that you feel when you walk in. And over the years, in other capacities and different positions, I have had the opportunity to be there to present, give speeches, do public education pieces for residents and public there. So, and I was always very, very comfortable there. So it's kind of nice that I was able to transition in there full time in this capacity. Another program that we do have that's very beneficial to families, especially if the adult children are someone they live out of town or out of state, is we do have an instant move-in program. So we are able to get folks in within less than 24 hours if that is needed. And in less than 24 hours, we will have the assessment done. Our RN on staff would do the assessment and be in contact with the primary care and any other physicians that are needed. So that's something that's beneficial to many of the families. And we're working with one right now that might be the case, where it's just become something where mom has to get moved soon, simply because the adult children do not live in this state. They live on the other side of the country. So that's something that we're able to offer as well, which family members are thankful for, and we're very honored to be able to offer that type of assistance to them. To learn more about any of the programs that we have, you can give me a shout at Juniper Village at any time during the week. I'm typically there Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 p.m. And I did want to share one more thing. I'm keeping it short. We have a program called Best Buddies there, and this is my favorite part of my job of each day. Each associate is what we're called there. Each associate is assigned to a resident, and you are to become their best buddy. And you aren't just assigned a person. You talk to the folks and you see who you click with. Myself being a veteran and a veteran advocate for so many years, my very first day there, I met Mr. Jeff. That's why I'll call him Mr. Jeff. He is a Korean War Army veteran. And he and I just clicked right away. And my third day there, I said, can I please have him as my best buddy? And being a best buddy means you spend time with them each and every day that you're there. And a minimum of a half an hour a week. I spend a little more than half an hour a week with my buddy, but he's such a sweet guy. And sitting and learning his life story and hearing him talk about his marriage and his life as a professor for 30 plus years. He was a professor of literature. He's a poet. He's an Army veteran, served, in heavy combat in the Korean War. And to sit and listen to those folks, and him in particular, at the end of the day, I can go home and know that I brought a smile to at least one person's face, and what a joy that is to be able to say that you love your job that much. I'm very, very happy and blessed to be at Juniper and to be able to help those in our community and to work with folks such as you that hold that standard just as high as we all do in helping those folks that we live with, live in our communities with, our neighbors and our friends and our loved ones. So thank you very much.
Kim, I love to see the smile on your face when you talk about that. I know from having my grandparents in nursing home facilities before they passed, I was very, very close with them, and I remember stories like that and visiting with their neighbors and so forth. So this is kind of tearing me up this evening, hearing all these stories about these places. But I wish children and young age and teenage years and college would have experiences with people of the older generations in these homes to get their stories and have those connections. But that's another soapbox. I'll get on to my next speakers. We have two more great speakers this evening. Next, we have Wendy Vaughn from Rolling Fields Elder Care Community. She's acquired experience in many areas of elder care over the past 17 years. She has served in private and corporate environments as culture change educator and ambassador, admissions coordinator, marketing director, staff development coordinator, activity director, social work, child daycare director, and she's a member of a culture change leadership team and member of an executive team, just to name a few things that she's done in this field in her time. Wendy has traveled throughout the United States teaching individuals and organizations the art, the heart, and science behind long-term living cultural transformation. And I like that, the art, the heart, and the science. So I look forward to hearing what you have to say, Wendy.
Hi, thank you for having us this evening. Wendy Vaughn from Rolling Fields Elder Care Community in Meadville, PA. Check us out on Facebook, and we do have a website. We used to call ourselves a nursing home, but we don't anymore. We are an elder care community that has been on a journey of transformation for the last 15 years. And with this journey, that we've enabled our elders to have a life worth living. The people who live at Rolling Fields have choices in their care, their day, in their routines. We also do restaurant-style dining 24/7. Those who live there and us can order whatever we want to eat any time of day. Weight loss generally is not the problem at Rolling Fields. We have a fully selective menu and 2 specials every day. The desserts change, the soups change. Come on out and check it out if you like. You can come out for a tour and have lunch on us while you're there. We have Children in our home. We have a children's daycare for the little ones. It's a multi-age classroom. The kids are from 2 weeks old on up to about 12. And we realized one day that we had many moms who were working there for a long time who had children that were too old for daycare but not old enough to stay home by themselves. So we've created summer camp for older kids as well. So the elders and the children really enjoy the intergenerational interaction every day. We've had a lot of experience with pets over the years, so if you come to live at Rolling Fields, you can bring your own personal pet with you too. You'll see some cats running around, but generally the dogs stay with those they've bonded to before they got to Rolling Fields. We also have a very wonderful campus. It's many, many acres, and we have lots of gardens. We have flower gardens and vegetable gardens, and our vegetable garden does so well every year that it feeds us all summer long. And we also win ribbons for our vegetables at the Crawford County Fair and the Albion Fair. Yeah. We use the vegetables in therapy, in culinary, and in activities, and we all help out in the gardens as well. We have a large fishing pond that's fully stocked with panfish and bass. Fishing is very big at Rolling Fields, and we have a paved track or path the whole way around the pond as well. So it's a very nice walking path, and we do hold fishing tournaments out there. So we've invited a number of you homes over the years to come out and enjoy our fishing tournaments with us too. We can make home for about 177 elders altogether. Rolling Fields is a privately owned home by the Bram family. They've owned it since 1968. We're not part of a corporation or a company. We do offer long-term living and short-term stays as well. We've remodeled 4 of our rooms, and they are private rehabilitation suites. We love our therapy company. We offer all those modalities that we all can't remember, but speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. And because of our gardens and our grounds, we can also offer customized outdoor experiences as well. So it's a lot of fun to come out and do your therapy in the garden. And we have consistently assigned care partners so that we're able to build relationships with our elders. Our care partners do not move all over the building. They're assigned to work in the same neighborhood because relationships are the foundation of everything that we do at Rolling Fields. We get to know our care partners very well. We also get to know our elders very well because our elders' personal story drives their care in our home. We honor and respect the lives that they've lived, and we get to know them so that they can still live that life at Rolling Fields. And I think when I'm 85 to 90 years old, I'm still going to want to make my own choices, and I'm still going to want to have the ability to make the decisions in my care as well. So in our house, elders rule. And we honor our elders' daily schedules, their own personal schedules, because we don't tell them when to get up and when to go to bed. They live according to their own schedules. They order whatever they want to eat whenever they want to eat it. If they would like an omelet or a cheeseburger in the middle of the night, that's okay. If you want to have your pie and ice cream for breakfast, that's okay too. So we, as a couple years ago, we sort of took this journey that we have been on for a long time and decided, what does this mean to us? And what this has meant to us is that Rolling Fields, and I always get choked up, so just go with me on it, is a loving home where life is meaningful, relationships are genuine, and growth never ends. And that's not just for our elders, that's for us, the care partners who work there too. And if you think about home and the idea of care partnership, we all are care partners in our home, including our elders. Caregiving sort of describes a one-way giving of care, but care partnership is a two-way caregiving, and our elders are care partners as well. So we offer lots of different quality, meaningful, purposeful activity experiences for our elders. They tell us what they would like to do, and we honor that by making that happen with and for them. Gone are the days of the canned activities just to take up people's days. They let us know what they like to do, and we honor that. And one of the primary important tenets of our philosophy is making sure that our elders' lives do not experience loneliness, helplessness, and boredom. We look at that before we consider, well, let's just say the medical part of our lives becomes a supporting role, and quality of life and the elder are the stars of the show. So let me see. Daycare, therapy, and respite stays. We offer 2-week respite stays as well, short term. We have some people that like to take advantage of those short-term respite stays a lot, but that's okay. So you're welcome to come out to Rolling Fields. We'd love to have you, have a tour, have lunch on us while you're there, and experience all the good stuff that we have to offer. Thank you very much. I suppose I should say too, we used to be a nursing home, so we offer skilled care and intermediate care like other nursing homes too, but we look at other things on top of that. Okay, thank you.
I know I've learned a lot about each one of your organizations already, so looking forward to hearing more about Westbury. Westbury is a nonprofit continuing care retirement community that offers support to over 500 seniors in the region through independent living, personal care, skilled nursing care, memory support, rehabilitation, and in-home services. Melissa Porter joined the Westbury team as VP of Sales and Marketing in 2009. She's worked in sales for 24 years, of which 14 have been in senior care. At Westbury, she's responsible for developing the marketing plan, advertising, and materials, and overseeing all admission and referral networking activity. Please help me welcome Melissa Porter.
Thank you. It's extremely inspiring to hear everything that goes on in our community and just to hear all of you talk. So I had the good fortune of going last and kind of getting to get a feel for everyone here. And it's really awesome because we have a great community, and I love how everyone just comes together with what we do. Westbury is, as we said, a continuing care retirement community. We've been around since 1918. We actually got our start on a farm in Conneautville, very close to Rolling Fields. And in the 1950s, moved to Meadville and have grown continuously since then. We'll be celebrating our 100 years next year, so we're excited about that, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more about that in the community. We do a wide array of things, and so I thought I'd focus this evening on our independent living, which is something a little different. We offer a full continuum, and what that means is we have everything from independent living to personal care to skilled nursing care. Our skilled nursing care does encompass the full rehabilitation area. We also have long-term stays, respite stays, and we have a full memory support center, which is focused specifically all private rooms, private baths, lovely outdoor courtyards, but it is a secure environment for those with dementia and other memory-related impairments. What I thought I'd talk about tonight, since it's a bit different than what everybody else has to offer in the region, is the independent living. Our independent living program was a bit ahead of its time. We were lucky to have some visionaries working with our community over the years. And in the late 70s, early 1980s, they started building independent living homes. At this time, there are 64 houses and 16 apartments that are designed for people who want to have a maintenance-free retirement lifestyle. So the homes are all different because we started building them years ago, and we've built them over the years, and we've varied what they look like to people's personal preferences and choices. We have 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, but we also have villas, which is what we call them, that are maybe 1,000 square feet with pretty modest decor, a single bath, single car garage, to over 3,000 square feet with every possible grand decor that you can imagine. So they really vary, but for the most part, they are nice, modest homes that are generally in the, I'll say, 1,000 to 1,500 square foot range. And people who choose these homes choose them for a variety of reasons. Some people are planners. They're looking ahead at, I want a maintenance-free lifestyle. I can't wait to retire, and when I do, I want to golf, I want to travel, I want to visit my grandkids. I don't want to spend time raking and plowing and shoveling and all of these things. So some people choose Westbury's independent living program, which I should mention is called Thoburn Village, so that they can experience that. And Westbury's responsibility is that we maintenance that home completely, inside, outside, appliances, everything. So our residents can enjoy a very active, very maintenance-free lifestyle and have no obligation. It is entirely their house. They can come and go as they wish. They can have guests. They can decorate. They can paint. They can do whatever they want. But it is entirely our problem to maintain. They simply call us and say, you know, something's not working right, I'm going golfing, and we take care of that problem for them. Sometimes people choose the independent living program when they've reached a change in their life. Maybe they have started to struggle with maintaining their home. Maybe they have a big lawn. You know, we buy these big homes for the purpose of raising families and so forth, and then we outgrow the need for all that space and all that effort that comes with maintaining that. So sometimes that becomes too much, and people will move into our community because they now need the support of somebody shoveling, plowing, maintaining everything that's wrong with the house. Sometimes they've lost a spouse, or they have a major health change where they can still live independently, but living alone might be lonely, might be overwhelming. If it's maybe a spouse who's never maintained anything or paid the bills, it might be overwhelming for them to manage all of that. So they'll choose our independent living program because it simplifies things. Somebody is maintaining everything. They get one bill in the mail that encompasses everything. All their utilities are included. All of their taxes are included. Their insurance on the building's included. Their maintenance is included. There's transportation to some activities and to any doctor appointment within a 30-mile radius. And there's activities. We have a clubhouse and a very active environment there that people can go to exercise classes, they can join book clubs, they can go on social outings. We do day trips, we do overnight trips. We just came back from a week-long trip that's even open to the entire region, not just to Westbury residents. So they have the opportunity to live independently, to have a maintenance-free lifestyle, to be engaged with others. Sometimes it's loneliness that drives people to make a move. You know, they're tired of the same old walls, even though that's been their home, because there's nobody visiting or there's nobody to interact with anymore. And if they live on our campus, there's now a family of people that they can get to know and become friends with and to be supportive to one another. Sometimes, though, over time, people's needs change. If they've chosen to live on our campus as opposed to maybe a condo or just an apartment somewhere, they're going to be in an environment where they have that full continuum available to them should they need it down the road. And that can mean our in-home, help at home with Westbury services, coming in to support them with maybe housekeeping or laundry or meal delivery or taking them somewhere. It can mean transitioning to our personal care environment or our skilled care. It can mean maybe their spouse has had a hip replacement and needs therapy, and instead of living across town from one another, maybe the wife is in the independent living house and the husband is getting his hip therapy worked out and he's going to get well and come home, but she's right on campus with him. She can see him every day. It simplifies things. So the whole continuum of care also offers security for people who choose our independent living so that they have what they need through their life without having to continually move. The other main reason that people choose the independent living at Westbury over maybe a condo or a rental apartment somewhere else is also that we have the guarantee not only to take care of them physically throughout their life as their aging process might cause changes, but also because if they outlive their resources, we'll pay their way to stay. Westbury is a nonprofit organization. We have a Christian mission and vision that drives us, and our goal is to take care of people both physically and financially throughout the rest of their lives. So if they move into our community, of course they do have to have the resources to afford to come in to the independent living program, but should their resources be depleted, which unfortunately happens often because if your spouse goes into long-term care and you're still healthy and active, and we all know that that's a very expensive annual rate to be in a long-term environment, it can deplete what people have saved throughout their life, leaving that healthy spouse wondering how they're going to pay their bills. And at a place like Westbury, we offer benevolent care, which means charitable care, and that's why you see us fundraising in the community. So we couldn't be who we are or do what we do without the support of the community, without the support of all of you who helps us with that fundraising and helps us maintain that promise to our residents. So that's everything that I wanted to share this evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much to all of our speakers, and it's very nice to know personally and professionally that there are so many options in our community and in our region for in-home and outside the home health care for seniors. So thank you to each and every one of you for what you do and for what your organizations do for our community. I sincerely appreciate that.